I would like you to consider that we live in a vibrational universe. You are a vibrational being whose cells and organs all pulsate at a particular frequency, and so we each vibrate to our own personal tune.
Have you ever felt like the world was closing in, the weight of everything pressing down on you? But what if I told you that even in your darkest moments, even when life feels overwhelming, you have the power to shift your energy instantly? Energy flows where attention goes. Maybe it was a moment of heartbreak, a loss, or just the pressures of daily life. It's in those moments when darkness seems to wrap around you that the idea of raising your vibration might feel impossible, even laughable. But let me tell you that there's an ancient truth whispered through the ages. Energy flows where attention goes. What you focus on becomes your reality. When your thoughts spiral into fear, anger, or hopelessness, your vibration lowers and the world mirrors that darkness back to you. But when you choose to shift, even if just for a moment, the world responds. This isn't just positive thinking or blind optimism. It's about changing the frequency at which you're vibrating. It's about aligning with something higher, something more powerful than the storm you're facing. But how? How do you raise your vibration when life seems determined to pull you down? The answer lies in a secret known to sages, mystics, and spiritual teachers throughout history. They understood that everything in this world is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. Joy, love, and gratitude vibrate high, while fear, anger, and despair vibrate low. By shifting your inner state, you change the frequency you emit and, in turn, the reality you experience. This is where the ancient practice of mantra comes in. In Sanskrit, mantra means a tool of the mind. It is not merely a word or sound, it is a vibration. Repeating a mantra isn't about chanting mindlessly. It's about aligning your frequency with the energy of the word. The syllables carry a vibration that resonates through your body, breaking through the heavy energies that weigh you down. One of the most powerful mantras is Om Mani Padme Hum. It comes from Tibetan Buddhism, often called the mantra of compassion, but its power isn't limited to any one religion or belief system. Its resonance, its frequency, speaks to the soul. It transcends borders, languages, and time itself. That's because this mantra is said to contain the essence of compassion, love, and wisdom. It vibrates at a frequency that dissolves negativity like light piercing through darkness. Reciting it with intention not only raises your vibration, but also connects you to a stream of consciousness that transcends time and space. At first glance, the mantra seems simple, with just 6 syllables. Yet, within these sounds lies the essence of love, compassion, and wisdom. Each syllable carries a vibration that purifies and transforms. It is said to cleanse the mind, body, and spirit, removing obstacles that cloud our perception and keep us bound to suffering. The origins of Om Mani Padme Hum trace back to Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of compassion. In Buddhist tradition, a bodhisattva is an enlightened being who chooses to remain in the cycle of birth and death to help others achieve liberation. Avalokiteshvara embodies infinite compassion and love, watching over all beings with a vow to relieve suffering. It is believed that chanting his mantra invokes his blessings and protection, surrounding you with his compassionate energy. The mantra first appeared in the Karandavyuha Sutra, an ancient Buddhist text. It was revealed to the world as a divine gift, a tool to awaken the heart and mind. It became especially significant in Tibet, where it is chanted by monks, painted on prayer wheels, carved into stones, and echoed through the mountains. Tibetan Buddhists believe that even the wind carrying the sound of the mantra spreads compassion and healing. Recite the mantra of compassion. But the power of Om Mani Padme Hum isn't just in its history, it's in its meaning. The mantra is composed of 6 syllables: Om, Ma, Ni, Pad, Mi, and Hum. Each syllable carries its own vibration, its own spiritual significance. Om is the sound of creation. It is the universal vibration, the echo of the cosmos. It represents the body, speech and mind of the enlightened state. When you chant Om, you align yourself with the frequency of the universe, dissolving your ego and connecting with the divine. Ma is the energy of compassion. It purifies jealousy and attachment, transforming them into love. It opens your heart, allowing you to feel empathy and understanding for others. Ni represents the energy of patience. It cleanses desire and craving, releasing the need for control. It helps you flow with life's challenges, maintaining inner peace even in chaos. Pad symbolizes discipline and perseverance. It purifies ignorance and prejudice, guiding you toward wisdom. It is the strength to continue on your spiritual path, even when faced with doubt or fear. Mi carries the vibration of concentration. It clears possessiveness and attachment, teaching you to let go. It cultivates focus and awareness, helping you remain present in every moment. Hum is the energy of unity. It balances all opposites, masculine and feminine, light and dark, self and other. It dissolves separation, revealing the oneness of all existence. It anchors the mantra's energy in your heart, grounding you in the here and now. But the mantra's power isn't just about what it means, it's about how it feels. When you chant it, let the vibration fill your body. Feel it resonate in your chest, your throat, your entire being. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the sound flow effortlessly. It doesn't matter if you chant aloud or silently within your mind. The energy remains the same. With each repetition, feel the heaviness begin to lift. Feel the lightness return to your heart. Even in the darkest moments, even when you feel completely lost, the vibration of Om Mani Padme Hum cuts through the darkness like a beam of light. It is a reminder that no matter how heavy life feels, there is a light within you that cannot be extinguished. This mantra is a tool, a bridge between suffering and liberation. It carries you from despair to hope, from fear to love. It is a reminder that compassion is not just something you receive, it is something you become. As you chant, you align yourself with the energy of love, not just for others, but for yourself. You forgive, you heal, you transform. This is why the mantra is chanted on prayer wheels, inscribed on stones, and echoed in temples. It is not just a personal practice, it is a vibration of love that resonates through time and space. When you chant it, you are not alone. You are joining countless souls who have chanted it before you, who are chanting it now, and who will chant it long after you are gone. And no matter what you're going through, no matter how troubling the times, this mantra is always there, waiting for you to return to its resonance. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, lost, or burdened by darkness, remember this mantra. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let its vibration fill you. Chant it once, twice, or 100 times. Let it guide you back to your light, back to your heart, back to the truth that even in the darkest of times, you have the power to raise your vibration. Next, understand that we're creators, not receivers. African traditions understood this concept really well, especially the Dogon people of Mali. These people believe in the concept of Nomo, the power of the spoken word. They know words are more than just sounds. They have a vibration behind them. It is believed that words carry life force, a divine energy that can create, heal, or even transform reality itself. We're creators, not receivers. According to their teachings, the first beings who spoke were the Nomo spirits, divine ancestors who brought order to the world. They spoke not just with words, but with vibrations that shaped matter and consciousness. This belief shows us that vibration is not just about frequency or energy, it's also about intention. In the Dogon tradition, words are sacred because they hold the power to create or destroy, to heal or harm. This is why speaking with awareness, love, and truth is seen as a spiritual practice. It raises your vibration and the vibration of those who hear you. In many African cultures, this understanding is woven into daily life. For example, in Yoruba spirituality, words are used in prayers, chants, and songs to invoke blessings and protection. These aren't just empty words. They are vibrations infused with intention and power. The Yoruba people believe that when you speak with purpose, you are aligning yourself with Ace, the divine life force that flows through everything. Ace is the power to make things happen, to manifest your thoughts into reality. This is why music and rhythm play such a crucial role in African spiritual practices. Drumming, chanting, and singing are not just for entertainment. They are ways to raise vibration, connect with the divine, and transform energy. The rhythm of the drum is believed to mimic the heartbeat of the earth, aligning the listener's vibration with the natural world. It creates harmony between the physical and spiritual realms. One powerful example is the use of griot storytelling in West Africa. Griots are traditional storytellers and musicians who preserve history and culture through spoken word and song. But they are more than just historians. They are vibrational healers. Through their words, rhythms, and melodies, they elevate the spirits of their listeners, connecting them to their ancestors and to the collective consciousness of their people. This is the power of Nomo and Ace. It shows us that vibration is not just something you feel, it's something you create. Every word you speak, every thought you think, every intention you hold, all of it is vibration. When you understand this, you realize that raising your vibration is not just about meditating or thinking positive thoughts. It's about speaking with purpose, acting with intention, and creating with love. This wisdom from African traditions teaches us that we are creators, not just receivers of energy. We have the power to shape our reality through our vibration. Whether through words, music, or intention, we can choose to create harmony, healing, and love. We can choose to raise our vibration, and by doing so, lift the world around us. So the next time you speak, remember the power of Nomo. Remember that your words are not just sounds, they are vibrations that carry energy into the world. Speak with love, speak with the truth, speak with purpose, and feel how your vibration and the vibration of those around you begins to rise. The energy behind the words. This is why gratitude is one of the most potent ways to shift your vibration. In times of darkness, gratitude can feel out of reach, like a distant memory. But it is precisely when you struggle to find gratitude that it becomes most powerful. Gratitude is a bridge. It takes you from despair to hope, from fear to love. Think about it. Even in your darkest moments, there is always something to be grateful for. A breath, a heartbeat, the warmth of sunlight on your face. When you focus on even the smallest blessings, you change your vibration. You shift from lack to abundance, from sorrow to peace. It is not about ignoring your pain or pretending everything is okay. It's about choosing where to place your focus and where to direct your energy. Practice amor fati. The ancient Stoics also understood this. They practiced amor fati, which means to love one's fate, not just to accept it, but to love it. All of it, the good and the bad. They believed that every moment, no matter how painful, was a necessary step on the path to wisdom. By embracing even the hardships with gratitude, they transformed suffering into strength. They raised their vibration not by escaping pain, but by transcending it. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor of Rome, wrote in his Meditations about accepting each event as if he had chosen it himself. Imagine that, embracing even the harshest experiences as if they were your own choice, crafted specifically for your growth. This wasn't about blind optimism or toxic positivity. It was about understanding that the universe doesn't make mistakes, that everything, even suffering, serves a purpose. But amor fati is not passive acceptance. It's an active, passionate love for all that life brings. It's looking at your struggles and saying, "Thank you for teaching me. Thank you for strengthening me." It's about transforming pain into wisdom, anger into compassion, loss into gratitude. It is the alchemy of the soul, the art of turning darkness into light. This practice requires courage. It's not easy to love what hurts. It's not easy to look at heartbreak, failure, or injustice and embrace it as part of your journey. But this is exactly what the Stoics did, and it's how they found peace amidst chaos. They didn't seek to escape pain, they transcended it. They understood that suffering itself isn't the cause of misery, resistance to suffering is. To resist life is to resist growth. It is to fight against the very experiences that shape you. But to practice amor fati is to surrender, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. It is to trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it feels unfair, even when it breaks your heart. This is how the Stoics raised their vibration, not by avoiding pain, but by embracing it with gratitude. Imagine for a moment what this could look like in your life. Think about the most painful experience you've ever had. Maybe it was a loss that shattered you, a betrayal that left you feeling broken, or a failure that made you question your worth. Now imagine looking at that moment and saying, "I love this too." Not just accepting it, but truly loving it for the lessons it taught you, for the strength it gave you, for the way it shaped your character. This is the power of amor fati. It transforms suffering into strength. It turns obstacles into opportunities. It raises your vibration by teaching you to find beauty even in the darkest moments. It reminds you that nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher who popularized the term, wrote, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity, not merely bear what is necessary, but love it." He saw amor fati not as mere acceptance, but as a radical, passionate love for life itself, a love that is so powerful it transcends suffering. Nietzsche understood that by loving your fate, you become invincible. Nothing can break you because nothing is against you. Every experience, no matter how painful, becomes fuel for your growth. You become like a phoenix, rising stronger from every challenge. This is why amor fati is more than just a philosophy. It's a spiritual practice. It's a way to align with the flow of the universe, to vibrate in harmony with life itself. But how do you cultivate this kind of love? How do you look at your pain and truly embrace it? The Stoics practiced mindfulness. They observed their emotions without judgment, allowing themselves to feel full without becoming overwhelmed. They practiced gratitude, not just for the good moments, but for the struggles too, seeing them as opportunities for growth. They meditated on their mortality, reminding themselves that life is fleeting and every moment is precious. To practice amor fati, start by letting go of resistance. When pain arises, don't push it away. Allow yourself to feel it, to sit with it, to listen to what it's teaching you. Look for the lesson, the hidden blessing, the opportunity for growth. When life doesn't go as planned, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending everything is okay. It means honoring your pain while understanding that it's part of a greater purpose. It means trusting that even when you can't see the reason, there is one. That every setback is a setup for something greater. When you practice amor fati, you free yourself from suffering. Not because the pain disappears, but because your relationship with it changes. It no longer feels like punishment or misfortune. It becomes a stepping stone, a teacher, a gift. You begin to see life not as something happening to you, but as something happening to you. This shift in perspective raises your vibration because it's rooted in love. Love for life, love for growth, love for the journey, even when it's difficult. And this love is powerful. It transcends pain, it heals, it liberates. So the next time life feels heavy, the next time you face heartbreak or failure or loss, remember amor fati. Remember the ancient Stoics who faced wars, plagues and exiles, yet found peace through love of fate. Remember Nietzsche, who transformed his suffering into philosophy, inspiring generations to embrace their destiny. Find freedom in acceptance. And most importantly, remember that within you lies the same power. The power to look at your life, every joy, every pain, every moment, and say, "I love this too," because in that love you find freedom. In that love you find strength. In that love you raise your vibration, even in the most troubling times. One mystic who truly understood the power of embracing life in all its forms was Rumi, the Persian poet and Sufi master. Born in the 13th century, Rumi lived in a world of chaos. War, political turmoil and personal loss surrounded him. Yet his words radiate a deep love for life, a love that transcends suffering and embraces every experience. Rumi understood amor fati in his own way. He believed that every event, whether joyful or painful, was a message from the divine. He saw life as a dance, a sacred movement where joy and sorrow spun together in harmony. For Rumi, pain was not an enemy, it was a teacher. He wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Imagine that. Your pain, your heartbreak, your struggles, they're not meant to destroy you, they're meant to open you, to let the light in. To Rumi, suffering was a doorway to transformation. He believed that by embracing pain, you allow yourself to be reshaped by it, molded into something stronger and wiser. He saw life as a continuous process of growth and pain as the catalyst for that growth. He taught that every loss prepares you for something greater, every heartache expands your capacity to love, and every fall teaches you how to rise. His poetry invites you to see life from a higher perspective. When you face hardship, he whispers, "Don't grieve, anything you lose comes around in another form." Rumi believed that nothing is ever truly lost. Every ending is a new beginning, every death a rebirth. It's all part of the dance, the endless cycle of transformation. Rumi's life was marked by a profound love, a love that went beyond human attachment. When his beloved teacher and friend, Shams of Tabriz, disappeared without a trace, Rumi was shattered. But instead of letting his grief consume him, he embraced it. He poured his longing into poetry, transforming his pain into words that still echo through time. In his heartbreak, he found the divine. In his suffering, he discovered a love that was infinite and unbreakable. Rumi didn't just accept his fate, he danced with it. He spun his pain into poetry, his grief into grace. He understood that love is not just for the beautiful moments, but for the painful ones too. Because every experience, every emotion is a part of life's sacred dance. Imagine for a moment living like this. Imagine looking at your pain and, instead of resisting it, welcoming it. Imagine trusting that even your darkest days are part of a divine plan, that even your heaviest burdens are meant to lift you higher. Imagine dancing with life, no matter the rhythm, no matter the tempo. This is what Rumi did. This is what Amor Fati invites you to do. Through his poetry, Rumi teaches you to fall in love with life, all of it, the beauty and the pain, the light and the darkness. He teaches you to see every experience as a brushstroke on the canvas of your soul, to realize that your story, with all its twists and turns, is perfect just as it is. When you read Rumi, you can feel his heart and his love for life. It's a love that vibrates beyond time and space, a love that transcends suffering. This is the power of embracing your fate. This is the power of loving your life in its entirety. This is Amor Fati, lived through the words of a mystic who understood that every wound is a gateway to the divine. Rumi shows you that to raise your vibration, you don't need to escape pain. You need to love it. You need to embrace it as a necessary part of your journey, because in loving your fate, you find freedom. In embracing your struggles, you find strength. In dancing with life, you find peace. This is not easy. It requires courage to look at your struggles and say, "Thank you." But in doing so, you shift your vibration to one of acceptance and love. You align yourself with a higher frequency, and the world responds. Doors open, opportunities appear, and the heaviness begins to lift. Sometimes surrendering is the key. But what about those times when gratitude feels impossible? When the pain is so deep that no mantra, no thought of gratitude, no thought of love seems to break through? This is when surrender becomes the key, not giving up, but letting go of the need to control, to understand, to fix, surrendering to the moment, to the feeling without resistance. When you stop fighting the current, you allow the energy to flow. You stop blocking the light that is always there, waiting to break through. In Taoism, there is a powerful principle known as ziran, which translates to naturalness or spontaneity. It is the art of being true to your authentic self, of moving in harmony with your own nature and the world around you. Imagine a tree growing in a forest. It does not strain to reach the sky. It simply grows, rooted firmly in the earth, guided by sunlight and rain. It bends with the wind, sheds its leaves when the season calls for it, and blossoms when the time is right. The tree does not rush or resist. It exists in a state of perfect harmony with its surroundings. This is ziran, the state of being that comes from living in alignment with your true nature. It is about embracing who you are without pretension, without trying to force yourself into a mold that does not fit. It is about allowing life to flow through you naturally, without resistance or struggle. When you live in ziran, you are like that tree, grounded yet free, flexible yet strong. You are connected to the energy of life itself. Ziran teaches you that to raise your vibration, you don't need to force yourself to be positive all the time. You don't need to fight your fears or suppress your doubts. Instead, you honor them as part of your natural experience. You acknowledge your emotions without judgment, allowing them to flow through you like wind through the branches of a tree. By doing this, you release resistance, and in that release, you raise your vibration. The Taoists understood that true power comes from being authentic, from living in harmony with your inner truth. When you try to be someone you're not, when you wear masks to please others or hide parts of yourself out of fear, you create resistance within. This resistance lowers your vibration because you are fighting against your own nature. But when you practice ziran, you allow yourself to be fully, unapologetically you. You align with the flow of life, and in that alignment your energy expands. Imagine waking up each day and allowing yourself to feel whatever you're feeling without labeling it as good or bad. Imagine giving yourself permission to rest when you're tired, to express yourself when you're inspired, and to retreat when you need space. Imagine trusting that by honoring your natural rhythms, you are exactly where you're meant to be. This is ziran, living in harmony with your truth. This doesn't mean living without challenges. Just as the tree faces storms and changing seasons, you will face difficulties and uncertainties. But ziran teaches you to face them without resistance. When the wind blows, the tree bends. It does not break because it does not resist. In the same way, when life brings challenges, you can face them by staying rooted in your truth and flexible in your response. You do not resist the experience, you move through it. And in doing so, you remain unbroken, powerful, and at peace. By practicing ziran, you raise your vibration by embracing the fullness of your human experience. You flow with the energy of life by being present, by being real, by being you. You stop fighting against what is and start flowing with it. You trust the process, knowing that just like the tree, you are growing exactly as you are meant to. This is not passive acceptance. It is the courage to be vulnerable, the strength to be authentic, and the wisdom to trust your own journey. When you live in ziran, you align with the Tao, the natural flow of the universe. And in that alignment, your vibration naturally rises. You don't have to force it. You simply have to be. To better explain this, let's look at a famous psychological study known as the emotional contagion experiment. Conducted by social psychologists Elaine Hatfield, John Cacioppo, and Richard Rapson, this study revealed a profound truth. Emotions are contagious. Just like catching a cold, you can catch someone else's emotional state simply by being around them. The researchers discovered that people unconsciously mimic the facial expressions, body language, and even vocal tones of those they interact with. If you spend time with someone who is joyful and enthusiastic, you naturally start to smile, your posture becomes more open, and your voice carries a lighter, more uplifting tone. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by people who are constantly stressed, angry, or fearful, you absorb that energy as well. Without realizing it, you adopt their tense body language, your mind becomes more anxious, and your vibration lowers. This study shows how deeply connected we are and how our energy and emotions ripple out and influence those around us. It explains why you feel drained after being around negative people and energized after spending time with those who uplift you. This is not just about words or actions, it is about vibration. Our emotions carry energy, and that energy spreads like a wave, affecting not only our own state, but also the state of those we encounter. This is why raising your vibration is not just an act of self-care, it is an act of service. When you choose to cultivate positive emotions like gratitude, love, and compassion, you are not only lifting yourself up, you are lifting others up too. You become a source of light in a world that can often feel heavy. Your positive vibration creates a ripple effect, touching everyone you meet, from loved ones to strangers passing by. Think about how powerful this is. By consciously raising your vibration, you are influencing the world around you. You are changing the energy of your home, your workplace, and even your community. You are helping others to feel better, to smile more, to open their hearts a little wider. And in doing so, you are also strengthening your own vibration. This is the magic of emotional contagion. It goes both ways. Be mindful of your environment. This study also shows why it is so important to protect your energy. If emotions are contagious, then you must be mindful of the environments you spend time in and the people you surround yourself with. This doesn't mean avoiding anyone who is struggling or pretending to be happy all the time. It means being aware of how energy flows and learning how to balance compassion for others with care for yourself. One powerful way to do this is through mindful awareness. When you become conscious of your own emotional state, you can catch yourself before absorbing negative energy. You can choose to ground yourself through deep breathing, visualization, or simply stepping outside for a moment to reconnect with nature. By being present and aware, you take control of your own vibration, no longer allowing it to be shaped by external influences. This ties back to the Taoist principle of Ziran, of staying true to your authentic nature. Just as a tree stands firm even as the wind blows, you can remain grounded in your own energy even as emotions swirl around you. You learn to observe without absorbing, to empathize without losing yourself. This is how you raise your vibration while navigating a world full of emotional currents. The emotional contagion experiment is a reminder that we are all connected and that our energy is not isolated but constantly interacting with the energy of others. It teaches us that by choosing to raise our own vibration, we are contributing to the collective vibration of humanity. We are helping to create a world with more light, more love, more peace. This is how powerful you are. This is how much your vibration matters, and this is why raising your vibration is not just about feeling good. It is about being a force of good. It is about transforming not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. When you realize this, you see that every choice you make, every thought you think, and every emotion you feel carries weight. You realize that by choosing to raise your vibration, you are making a choice that ripples out into the universe, touching lives in ways you may never see or understand. But make no mistake, it matters. It matters more than you know. History is filled with moments that show how powerful vibration and energy truly are. One of the most fascinating examples is the story of Mahatma Gandhi and the Indian independence movement. Gandhi did not raise his voice. He did not use weapons or violence. Instead, he raised his vibration. He used the power of peace, love, and truth, what he called satyagraha, which means truth force or soul force. At the time, India was under British rule, and the people were oppressed, angry, and frustrated. Many believed that the only way to gain freedom was through violence and rebellion. But Gandhi knew something deeper. He understood that matching anger with anger would only create more suffering. He believed that a higher vibration, one rooted in truth and love, could break the cycle of hate and fear. Gandhi's approach was revolutionary because it was based on raising the collective vibration of a nation. He encouraged people to resist oppression, not with violence, but with non-violent resistance. This meant peaceful protests, boycotts, and civil disobedience. But more than that, it meant transforming their inner state. He asked his followers to cleanse themselves of anger, hatred, and fear, to practice forgiveness and compassion, even for their oppressors. This was not weakness, it was extraordinary strength. It took incredible courage to stand in front of armed soldiers without retaliating, to endure imprisonment and beatings without losing dignity. But by doing so, they showed the world a different kind of power, the power of high vibration. Their calmness, their love for truth, their refusal to be dragged into hatred, all of it shook the very foundations of colonial rule. The famous Salt March of 1930 is another powerful example of this. In defiance of British laws that taxed salt and prohibited Indians from producing it, Gandhi led thousands of people on a 240-mile march to the Arabian Sea, where they made salt from seawater. It was a simple act, but it was loaded with symbolic power. By breaking an unjust law without violence, they exposed the injustice of the system itself. The world watched in awe as the British, armed with guns, were confronted not by an army, but by peaceful protesters holding nothing but truth in their hearts. The vibration of that moment was undeniable. It inspired millions to rise above fear and oppression, to believe that change was possible through peaceful means. It sparked a movement that eventually led to India's independence, not through bloodshed, but through the sheer force of raised consciousness. This historical event is a testament to the power of vibration. Gandhi understood that real change begins within. He knew that by raising his own vibration, he could inspire others to do the same. And as more and more people joined him, their collective energy became unstoppable. This is how he changed the course of history, not by fighting against darkness, but by being the light. The lesson here is profound. When you raise your vibration, you are not just healing yourself, you are influencing the world around you. Just as Gandhi's high vibration inspired an entire nation to awaken to its power, your vibration can inspire those around you. You may not lead a revolution, but you can lead by example. You can choose peace when others choose anger. You can choose love when others choose fear. In doing so, you create a ripple effect that raises the vibration of your family, your community, and even the world. This is the power of high vibration. It transcends time and space. It touches hearts and changes minds. It liberates not only the self, but also the collective. Just as Gandhi showed the world, when you vibrate at the frequency of love and truth, nothing is impossible. When you combine mantra, gratitude, and surrender, you create a powerful shift in your vibration. You step out of the storm and into the eye, where there is peace even amidst chaos. You realize that your vibration is not controlled by circumstances, but by choice. Even in the most troubling times, you have the power to raise your vibration, to change your energy, to transform your reality. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.